Hello, Ripple folks. This is Ron, or Karma Coverage on the forum, and I've been looking. I got this article today and struck my interest, or not one this one, another one. This is an older one. To look into this Cred earn system and Cred borrowing or crypto borrowing and figure out exactly what it is that they're doing. So I finally found their old white paper. So Cred used to be Libra Credit, and they rebranded. This is from a year ago. I'm just going to run through it real quick and see if I can point out what I believe they're trying to say is happening. So basically, they are trying to facilitate a market for borrowing and lending, some liquidity here. I believe the borrowers are primarily crypto asset holders. The lenders are going to be banks or people who have fiat to lend. Apparently, Cred also, I'll show you in a minute, has the a payday loan business. So I don't know where they source their fiat, but probably safe to assume that they're paying some interest rate, say 5% for that, and lending at a higher rate. So lots of liquidity issues between fiat and crypto. We know that. People like to pay in fiat. That's how it works. The market's growing. And here's some of their background. I guess they started way back here as a whatever, and then they got started in the payday lending business here, doing some sort of machine learning, the cycle. I don't know, adopted graph computing. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, then in 17, looks like they had a $850 million portfolio, so moving into new markets. So they're obviously just kind of doing existing lending business. All right, so here was their business model with Cred. Looks like they're calling this the whole Cred ecosystem. So I think the whole thing is supposed to be something like a platform or whatever. You've got your customers over here, so these would be your borrowers. You've got your lenders, which are effectively people managing margin loans. So these stablecoin, after reading this, I feel confident to say pretty much all the stablecoins are just margin loan on crypto. Setups. You've got some KYC stuff over here to coordinate, and then of course your exchanges where you will source the liquidity, and then somebody's got to hold the digital asset while the loan is underway. So your custodian partners, and then basically, not Libra, Cred is trying to tie this whole process and ecosystem together through their APIs. So that's pretty interesting. Extensive, yep. And so, yeah. Here's their credit. To see the lender and stablecoin partnership, whatever lender, the stablecoins are effectively taking crypto as collateral and lending fiat. It's no different than taking Microsoft or Google as collateral and from your broker, at a normal brokerage like Fidelity or something. Except, I guess, in the crypto, there is no full service broker. So the whole point, the whole market need for this is that there's not a vertically integrated full service broker who would be normally handling all of those processes, chunks of the process flow. Libra Credit, so yada yada, whatever. This is interest rate. So they're setting up this example for an XYZ token loan. Yeah, I guess let's take a second to look at this. So basically, borrower applies, KYC and credit checks, yay or nay. Borrower sends his actual crypto token to Libra or an exchange partner. So maybe Libra's not doing their own custody services. And the collateral's right. Okay, so then they'll facilitate the loan. So this is where you actually get your US or your fiat. And okay, so here's where I'm saying this is just a margin loan. Basically, you have to keep a margin ratio, and if you fall below that, then you'll get a notification, and if you do not add additional tokens, or LBA, so they're using the LBA token as the underlying instead of like at a Fidelity or a brokerage firm, USD would be the underlying, and this would be like Microsoft shares. If you default, they will liquidated assets will go to repay the loan balance until you've reached your minimum. And here it looks like they're comparing themselves to some of these other crypto lender type of things. I haven't looked at all these. I've looked at Salt a little bit. I also think it was just a margin style loan basis or method. Key advantages here. So, crypto investors can get some fiat liquidity. Same incentive there. Lenders want to collect interest. You don't need to explain that too much. E-wallet providers, these would be supplying effectively custodianship. Exchange partners, so there's your liquidity and order book operation. Stablecoin partners, they're basically third parties managing the margin loan details and enforcement, and then your KYC and whatever, and then Cred stitching all that together. So why this LBA token? Actually, it's kind of similar in many regards to XRP within the XRP ledger. Access fee, so the $20 minimum fee, same there. Transaction fees, just like on XRP ledger, you got to pay a little bit of XRP as a transaction fee, or they want to call it a service fee, but it's per transaction. If they pay anybody rewards, just like if Ripple had paid someone with XRP, I think they paid some of their attorneys in XRP, so nothing different here. I guess this attorney's got a reward. Now the governance is different because in XRP ledger, I believe it's the validator nodes that vote on any changes to the platform, to the technology. Apparently, they're going to run this with a staking type of method, so it's the token holders that vote on specific projects, so that is interesting. Technology, all right, so basically here's their like API stack or whatever, tying everything together. You've got your exchanges, your liquidity, probably a little custodianship in there. Stablecoin, these are effectively the margin loan providers and manage that process. LBA token holders, these are lenders, but also borrowers because you have that access fee. But when you buy the LBA token, basically you're putting in fiat. So the bank lenders would be buying this LBA token. Their fiat would be going through the exchange over to the borrowers and over here. And yeah, as long as they hold the token, basically the fiat that they use to buy it is floating in the LBA market, available for these borrowers. So they're going to do a little credit and whatever analysis, risk analysis, probably some volatility of the underlying crypto. Here's your KYC stuff. I don't know, whatever they're doing there. And then all this runs through a smart contract, which will, I guess, be executed on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's somewhat what they got going there. Some screenshots. Again, here's the whole process flow. So borrowers, organizing API platform. Maker is the stablecoin, the margin loan facilitator. No, I don't need to go through that. So here's their technology. Borrowers, of course, is that not the same as this? No. So again, your borrower coordinating APIs. This, I guess, would be the lender. So if the borrower is short the stablecoin, the lender is long the stablecoin. Collateral holder or custodianship down here. And this is your exchange. So I guess that would be your exchange. So that's where the order book and liquidity live. Again, you can run through this all the way to the end of the borrower, whatever, to the payoff of the loan. Here's some of their credit assessment. Basically, they're looking at the credit of the borrower, the credit of the coin, and they come up with a ratio score. So credit of the asset, loan, stable coin, asset, collateral, crypto, grade crypto. So basically, I was reading through this earlier, and they're just looking at both the underlying crypto asset and the borrower. Down here is where your interest rate's going to come in. So when they're starting to talk about paying interest, and you've got some interest rate volatility, and some that's going to get priced in here somewhere, unless they just have spread fixed, which I haven't fully figured out yet. Collateral grade, yep. Oh, here's the so this is where the margin call will get automatically executed. Basically this is saying if you're under the minimum, send a margin call. If you can't make it, liquidate. Yeah, pretty